Welcome back. So this is done, and here we have they want us to support a non-profit. We can enter your credit card information 1234 1234, and then the expiry date as well as the card CVC, which is the 3-digit security number at the back. You can confirm your donation of $5 per month, and I'm going to click maybe later, right? So now we have exactly the same thing as we have last time, but now we have a footer. Notice the footer here. So now we're going to say we're going to look at how to link to internal sections of a page with anchor tags, anchor elements. Anchor elements can be used to create internal links to jump to a different section within a web page. So this is what we're going to consider a web page, and we want to link to different sections. So now we have a few more paragraphs. As you can see that it's changed from before. There's a header 2, main is the image, and basically the main element is wrapping this whole section. So there's the anchor tags, right? The image, which is the cat image, the cat photo, cat image, and then there's 1 paragraph, 2 paragraphs, 3 paragraphs, 4 paragraphs. So this is again 1 paragraph, 2 paragraph, 3, 4, and then we have a copyright cat photo app, which is the footer. Okay, so now we have a good understanding of what we are seeing right there. Let's move on to read this. We read this already. So to create an internal link, you assign a links attribute, a links href attribute to a hash symbol, also known as a pound sign or number sign, plus the value of the ID attribute for the element that you want to internally link to, usually further down the page. You then need to add the same ID attribute to the element you're linking to. An ID is an attribute that is uniquely described that uniquely describes an element. Below is an example of internal anchor link and its target element. So this is notice the hash symbol, and then header context header, and then the context header here, and this is ID equal to, just like we had the width equal to, and the title, and also the what else? We have the source equal, and then the open close quotation marks, right? We also had the alt, the alt equal quotation mark, and then inside something. So now we're introduced to ID, which is an attribute, as it says here, it's an attribute that uniquely describes an element. And this is a one-time thing. I'll explain more about how classes can be used multiple times, but ID can only be used once. So that's why it's unique. Unique means only once. So when a person or when a user clicks the context link, they'll be taken to the section of the web page with the contact header element. So in this case, this is the contact header element, which is H2. H2 is a header element, right? H1, H2, H3, 4, 5, 6 are header elements. Okay. So let's just, for example, I'll just show you this. So let's put the H2 up here. So you can have more than one H2 element. So notice this is context, which I just added, and I'm going to add this to the bottom, above the footer, right? So now this should work. Maybe it's not refreshed yet. Oh, okay, sorry. Now, if I'm at the bottom, notice that this is a link. See the underline? It means it's a link, and it's also a different color. So if I click on this, I'll go back to context. It does not show me. It does not show me the first. Let me just go up here. It does not show me the first H2 element, or the first header element. It now it does, but before, if I click on the link, it goes back to context. Notice it doesn't show you the first H2 element. It only goes to the second H2 element, which is context header, and it shows you context, which it does right here, context, right? Okay, so now this is a link internally, so it doesn't link to another website, it links to another part of the same page. This is considered a page. It's not a website. Website is a bunch of pages. This is just a web page. So when you click on the contacts link, it will take you to the section of the page with the context header element, which it does. If I click on this again, right, click on this again, it goes to contacts. So change your external link to an internal link by changing the href attribute to footer, and the text from cat photos to jump to bottom. So this is okay, so let's change to cat photos to jump to bottom, and we're going to change what else did it say, footer. So inside here we're going to remove the HTTP website. We're going to change it to the pound sign, or the hash, or the symbol, and then footer. I'm going to remove the context header because there was an example. I'm going to remove this as well, just so that we pass the test. And I'm just add a few spaces here, so it's easier to see. When there's lots of text, it's easier to read it when there's some spaces, right? And that's it. And notice this is all indented with one space here, one space here, one space here. These are just a nice way to indent. Remove the target. We have not even talked about this yet, but I think we'll talk about it later on in one of the other classes, another videos. So I'm just going to remove it because it is there. Basically, what this does is it opens a new window tab. But we'll touch upon this more later on. So add the ID attribute with the value of footer in the footer. So what are they asking for? Basically is ID equals to footer. So it seems redundant because footer and then ID footer, right? But basically it's so that it links to this. So when we click on jump to bottom, which is now here, jump to bottom, it will bring us automatically to copyright cat photo app, just like we did with contacts, right? This is what we want. Except this is reversed because contacts was at the bottom. Now we move it here. The link is on top where we want to jump to the bottom. We want to jump plus all the tags, and that's it. So let's see, add ID element photo. Okay, so that's what we did, right? So I'm just going to show you. I'm going to just click on jump to bottom, right? Click, and then it jumps to the bottom, which is the footer, and the footer says copyright cat photo app. So there should only be one anchor tag on your page. So that's why we removed the other anchor tag, which is context, which is an example. There should be only one footer tag on your page. There's only one footer tag. This is a footer tag. This is a closing footer tag. This whole thing is considered one tag. Just like main. Main is one tag, even though it encompasses what happened to the oh, okay, I'm not sure what happened to main, but it should be here. right? Okay, so I'm not sure why it was deleted. Okay, so that's good. Good thing I noticed that. So there should be only one footer tag, and the A tag, this should say A element, but okay, so the A tag or A element should have an href attribute set to footer, which it does, right? If we do this and we go here and then we do this, there's a footer, oops, so footer, and then okay, so there's only one of those, and then the A tag should not have a target attribute, which we removed. The A tag should be A tag text should should be jump to bottom, which it is, jump to bottom, and the footer tag should have an ID attribute set to footer, which it does. Let's go down to this ID equals footer. Okay, so that's it. Let's run the test and coding spree, yay. Alright, so this concludes this video. I'll see you in the next one where we will be, let's see, let me just refresh this page. We did this, so we're going to look at nesting an anchor element within a paragraph, something really cool. And I guess we're kind of halfway through this section. So I'll see you in the next video.